Today, it's Madden NFL football. It's week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens versus Derek Carr and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They've been playing their best football of the year, winners of 4 in a row. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in playing well on both sides of the ball, winners of 6 of their last 8 games. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. This one taken just inside the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. So here are the Steelers now to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he went 2-2 in the one, with the one being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly. But they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks. But as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. Carr now on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
When Mike Evans sees man coverage, I don't think he's the only guy who gets excited. I'll guarantee the guy throwing the ball does, because guess what? He's got a lot of options about where to place it because of Mike Evans' size and frame.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. They'll contain him to just 4, second down. And Charles, despite this list of key inactives that we see here, they've obviously still been pretty successful.
Give everyone credit for this one, because to me, when that happens, key guys are out, the next man steps up and plays well, but that starts with the organization itself, all the way through. No excuses for guys being out, finding guys who are capable backups who can step up and play when they need them, and we've seen the results of that. This team knows how to work through things.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The numbers in last week's game for Hooper. 10 catches, 99 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's able to pull that last pass in, but this is usually a pretty tough unit to try and maneuver against. They're in the top 10 in the league against the pass, and you and I both know there's not much difference between 1 and 10.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a give to Madison. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Here's Carr to throw. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Kyle Van Noy just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up 4th. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Seibert's kick is good. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So here come the Ravens now, ready to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance.
Well, he did go 2-2 in the last ball game. Well, actually, he had 2-2-1, with the 1 being the victory.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line there. But wasn't it funny at practice? He threw one when we were watching, threw an interception, and the defense got on him a little bit, good-naturedly, but they're letting him know, you got to cut down those interceptions. We can't bail you out all the time.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, but as you said, they got the win in that effort last week. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Lance. Flush to his right. He's got a first down past the 30. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And Lance going to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13. Lance looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Lance. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So with the Steeler offense on their way out, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Now Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Carr now on first down. Can't get away, and he's taken down. They'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's second down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Here's Madison running left. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Carr out to throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Off of play action, here's Lance. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Play action, now it's Lance. Forced out to his left. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in week 5. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. On play action, Lance. Flushed out right. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's going to get this one to the 20.
today. It's the National Football League. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Trey Lance and the Baltimore Ravens taking on Derek Carr and the Pittsburgh Steelers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Here's a scene a short time ago. The Ravens introduced to this sellout crowd, and through a sea of pyrotechnics, out they came from the tunnel. We're set to go as the Ravens get ready to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Raven team as they get ready here. They come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9 games. Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7. The holiday season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Throwing on first down is Carr. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Cleveland Farrell. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit. They want the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they got after them early.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Carr. And finding the tight end, Hooper. Now, the stiff arm created some space initially, but he's taken down not long after. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Carr going to throw. And that's knocked away and incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
That's taken on the 25. A big boot that time. 57 yards in official distance. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. They'll be led out by the former number 3 overall pick back in 2021. It's Trey Lance. They'll run for the first time with Tariq Cohen. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's Lance to throw it. Got a man open. It's Tyler Higbee. On first down, Lance. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's third down. To throw, it's Lance. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punter Bailey on now as he sends this one away. It'll be a net of 40 yards there following a 43-yard punt, 3-yard return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
First carry now for Alexander Madison, and he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it on the ground. A running back taking control of the game. That's what I like to see.
Hold on. An old coot?
Coot, C-O-O-T.
All right, I'll look that up later. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
First carry now for Gus Edwards, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry. Well, these two teams met in Pittsburgh earlier in the year with the Steelers prevailing in that one. So a win here in Baltimore would give them the season sweep. Here's Edwards again on second down. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first. To throw, it's Carr. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag.
He ran
a little shallower than normal. Lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Feeling like they're not quite in field goal range yet, they're going to go for it on 4th. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The fullback dive held up short, and the Ravens are going to get the football back. Even though they didn't get it, probably the right call. Too long for a field goal and just not a whole lot to gain from a punt there.
Yeah, you wouldn't have really netted very much yardage if you punt the ball, right? And the thing about a field goal, and you know this from so much experience, the longer the field goal, the lower it comes out off the kick, right? Which means it's got a better chance of being blocked. So you're taking a chance either way. I like the fact they went for it.
From the 45 on second down, Lance. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there, and they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
And the Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. They run the counter. Minor. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line.
Lance now on 1st down.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Ed Oliver in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. To try again after the sack. Lance, the screen pass here to Cohen. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
And they fake the handoff. Now Lance. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Derwin James with a pick.
And the Steelers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30.
Just been a load for opposing offenses to account for. Now 8 interceptions on the year.
I love that number because I always think of center field. You know, when I hear 8, because that's the position you write in the scorecard in baseball. And what do good center fielders do? Take away all the alleys, right? They range deep and make a whole lot of great catches.
And he put up a good fight, but he's going to be taken down behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Throwing now is Carr. He's got Hooper on the short connection. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now Carr. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there. Time for Pittsburgh. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. He's got Hooper on the short connection.
7 yards, the pickup there.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, But the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
And that's incomplete.
Demarcus Robinson, the intended target on that one.
And it's third down. To throw his car. And he's got his big tight end here. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look at him, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. Seibert able to knock this one through. And the Steelers will jump out to a 3-zip lead.
So the turnover leads to points as they add 3 there.
Yeah, what a sequence there, and a nice one for them. They forced the interception, put together a little drive, and then come away with 3 points. Nothing to it, partner. Just do it.
The punter Pinion now to kick this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. Here he is, the man taking the snaps under center, heading out for the next possession. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And incomplete.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25.
From the gun, it's Lance.
Into the secondary, past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line.
And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick, thus inaccurate, incomplete.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lance, he'll let this go deep for Ruggs.
And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
So that about as easy an interception as a linebacker's ever going to have.
Yeah, when we use the word easy for them, it never is, right? Because, let's face it, a lot of them aren't blessed with the greatest of hands. But the pressure here, it gets home and forces the ball to hang up in the air, and they come away with the pick.
On 2nd down, this is Madison. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play that time for Pittsburgh.
Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
Meanwhile, Carr's throw into the hands of Hooper.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. It was Eric Armstead fighting his way through that time to record the sack. After the sack on first down, Carr looking for the end zone. Got his man, it's caught for a Steelers touchdown. Laviska Shenault. His fourth touchdown on the year. And the Steelers are going to add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert.
Fucking wheel rude.
And the lead grows to 10-0.
Let me play, dog. Let me play.
So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
The Ravens heading out on offense as we look at the playoff picture in the AFC. And for them right now, not a done deal. They are holding down one of the final 3 wildcard spots with 2 weeks to go. But, you know, there are others, Charles, kind of nipping at their heels a bit.
And, Brandon, it's always worth keeping.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Joe Schobert. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now after the INT, it's Carr. This is caught by Evans. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Mike Evans with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He struggled. His team has struggled. You talked to me a lot about looking to your leaders. Maybe it's time for him to put his mark on this game.
Agreed. And how that has to happen is somehow he's got to flush out everything that's happened so far and almost start over and get back to that confident level and know that he can play the game, because so far this has been a real struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. He's got the interceptions, trying to turn it around. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half.
Check. Lucky. Check 99. Check 99. Let's go. Go set.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off inside the 10. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Bench that nigga
Some play
fasho.
callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe one block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster clip. Time constraints. We fast forward to the beginning of the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for second down. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And some room to work. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 53 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4, 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. And now they'll throw with Lance. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. I don't know what they talked about at halftime. Whatever it was, it worked. They looked like a different team here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I doubt that there were very many trash cans that got kicked over, that type of a speech. I think what they did was they analyzed what worked in the first half, what didn't, and figured out a better game plan.
Lance now on first down. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's second down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Going to run with Madison again. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
So 3rd and 2, and I count 6 defensive backs out there. They'll try to get it on the ground with Madison. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you'll have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up first down.
Now they'll throw with Carr. Escapes the sack. He's got Hooper on the short connection. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end. Let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
Running from the shotgun with Madison. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 47 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it with Madison. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's Carr. Throw left side complete. That's Davidson. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher. 3rd and 6.
In today's NFL, we're accustomed to the tight end getting downfield and creating plays and wreaking a little havoc in the secondary. Not on this one, though. They diagnosed that one really well.
Tried the dump off, lost yardage. From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 19.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 13. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27.
Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that in. They've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. Of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field. Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done. Throwing on first down is Lance. Escaping the pressure right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
Hey, watch this, watch this. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check 43. Kill.
They'll run on second down with Cohen. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's in. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Here's Lance. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And now here is another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety. I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well. Here's Madison getting it again on second. 61 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it. And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively. And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter. Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down. Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge. On second down, it's Edwards. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. Able to complete this to Chenault. And he will have a Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there. You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Draw play, Madison. Yeah, this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
15, Mike 15.
Another carry now for Madison. And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Now Carr. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Cleveland Farrell able to record his 5th sack of the season. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 4th down here in a game that looks to have been decided already. Seibert's kick is good. And the lead now increases to 20-0. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Gets this to his running back, Tariq Cohen. Not much there, only a yard. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lance, nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Mike 9. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Mike 9. Hey. You got it.
And Lance now to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now Lance. And he completes it to Cohen. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. To throw again on 2nd down. Lance. And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. Charles, are you kidding me? 4 interceptions? I mean, that's a good season for a lot of defensive backs.
A lot of reason to get voted into the Pro Bowl. When you have 4 in one game, I mean, talk about a campaign slogan, right? I got 4. Send me to the Pro Bowl, guys. What a game we've experienced watching this one.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11.
Mike's 15. Coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And this was truly a total team effort, Charles, on both sides of the ball.
Well, they absolutely pitched a shutout, so it can't get much better than that, right? The defense led the way, but the offense did their part as well. They moved the ball up and down the field. So you've got to like what you saw. What do they call that? A total team effort? I think when it's time to hand out game balls, guys from both sides will end up getting one.
So for Pittsburgh, it's a big win here as they move to 11-4 now.